So I made a bit of a checklist for us after last game, and the first one on the checklist was making sure that IG's bot lane can have more agency, and that should be the case here. Whatever it is you want, that can be a counterplay of its own. So I like that goes from Shanks, and he is able to circumvent the laning phase.
Kyle misses the death sentence, and now Wei going to make his way down to the bottom lane to try and put off a little bit of damage back onto anyone's Legend side. They'll be able to do so onto Kyle. Does not have that flash and will be taken down. That's first blood for Jue and IG.
Optimize this game because they both have new items that are pretty good on their champions. First, we need to watch this Gromp, though. There seems to be a bit of a scuffle.
Yeah, Hook lands onto Jue, and the Flay catches him despite the flash. Hope flashes over the wall with that red and white gun, and he will be able to survive at least for a little bit, but Wei does a huge amount of blockage with his E, does eventually allow for his support to get taken down, but Hope has already fallen, and the mid laners have now arrived. Wind becomes lightning, does connect though onto the Pantheon, but Rookie has come to the party, and Fodic's able to get himself a triple kill in that bot lane skirmish. Anyone's Legend going too far underneath the tier 1 tower, and they will get punished for it.
He is able to clutch it up with the glacial wall. So.
Fodic!
No.
Oh, we were just praising you, and now he's in a... Oh, wait, he got the kill! Oh my gosh! Somehow out of position, and I think that AL was trying to hand the kill over to Hope, and it ended up backfiring onto them. They had it, and Fodic is 3-0, now 4-1 at this point. Looks like, though, AL are unrelenting. They're still looking for plays. They're going to try to find something onto Sobro, who has procced the passive and will get the respawn. But it's just going to be avoiding the inevitable for a little bit longer. He's going to dash forward, land a couple of stuns, but still eventually will be taken down by Hope, who finally gets his first kill of the game right as the grub spawn.
Wanted to recall out, and he realized, wait, maybe we should learn a lesson from what Tarzan did in the bot side. I shouldn't abandon my team. I should make sure we secure the kill. But Zahen just being that much of a health bar to chew through, having to go through it a whole additional time, he just bought so much time and gave Jue and Fotic all the time in the world down here. They even got the dragon. So, yeah, AL seems to have been shooting them in the foot more than once this game already. And you see a bit of a hook here on Sobro. He cannot revive here. Keep that in mind.
Flashes out of the box, who does not get slowed down, but a teleport's coming in from Flandre, and he's just going to pop the ulti and send himself straight into Sobro's arms. That is going to be a nice kill. Easy pickings on to the top laner for IG. Count at 5, and Tarzan's able to get all 3 of these grubs.
Yeah, that can be pretty frustrating as Sobro there. They're just targeting you once again, and that death is nowhere near as worth it. But so in this 2v2, they should just have complete say in the matter of how things go down there. And that tower should not be too long for this world.
More skirmishing up here on the top side. Sobro winning out on these extended trades rather easily. However, might not be able to do so in a 2v1 with Tarzan making his way into the conversation. Knocked back here onto Flandre, but again, remember, that passive for the Zahen only spawns every couple of minutes. And he's not going to have it available this time.
Yeah, I was taking a look at the passive cooldown there on the left side for Zahen. He still had 70 seconds left to resurrect, so wow.
IG gonna try to make a play on the bottom side, though, in response. Wei goes in with the Grand Starfall, but the wave is just gone. Hope gets the kill onto the Pantheon. See the value of that Thresh ultimate, though. The box making sure that nobody is able to chase after them without getting significantly slowed down. And so AL going to be all fine and dandy in the bottom lane. Now in the mid lane, they're going to be more than fine. They're going to be extremely excited about this play that they found on to Rookie. Shanks baiting this out perfectly and finding the great situation to allow Tarzan to get that kill. Be coming at the cost of this bot lane. First tower of the game picked up for IG, but AL continuing to find plays across the map.
Bot lane tower, you wait an extra minute or two, the crystalline overgrowth comes into play, and that tower was immediately one-tapped.
Ooh, Kyle does not hit the death sentence, and he's going to be in some trouble as Wei jumps right on top of him. Crescent Guard from Tarzan, though, knocking away a couple of players. Jumps forward, still healing, flashes away from any threat of Fodic, but the Yunara now turns his sights onto the big carries. That is Shanks down. Hope eventually going to finish off the kill onto Fodic. And it's a crazy skirmish down on the bottom side. Double kill picked up for the Aphelios, Fodic, and Wei.
Two enemies, I mean, when you get a really early redemption and just hit as many people as possible with it, that's honestly worth more than probably Sobro's TP would have been. So that was super effective that IG was able to get. Well, that's actually their second Drake. They've got the gold lead as well.
Already has his second in the Fiend Hunter bolts. They're going to be incredibly valuable once he procs that ultimate. He's going to have buffed up auto attacks already with that Transcendence and then with this new item as well. But now we see IG looking for a play onto Shanks. They're able to burst him down before he can even finish off the cast of the Realm Warp. And so IG starting to build a bit of a lead for themselves here, getting a kill once again onto the Rise, and they're going to be pushing up mid lane as well.
Yeah, and we're just keep seeing the same thing.
Photic though, he gets stunned up, slowed it down, hit up by the Moonlight Vigil, and he can have all the damage he wants. It's not going to stop him from getting taken down by the Xin Zhao. Tarzan gets on the board once more.
In the bot lane advantage. Unfortunately, he just gets completely one-tapped. Jue even misses the redemption, and we don't get to see what those Fiend Hunter bolts are capable of. I really think that that item is pretty overtuned, and they're buffing it. So
that's soul point for them if they pick it up. There goes the eye, and a teleport sure to come through from Flandre as he is now headed back to base up against the Zehen on the other side for Saboro. Dragon started up, and it should be taken down very quickly by IG. They're looking to burst it down before Tarzan can get into the pit. The wall going to slow him down, and it will be soul point secured for Invictus Gaming. Teleport comes in from Saboro, but he has to flash away as the Zehen still is looking for his stacks, but gets hit up by a full decimating smash. Going to try to burst down the Zehen. Wild growth not going to be enough, and Shanks gets the kill, and Tarzan is now on the prowl. Flay lands on the way, and he'll be in a whole lot of trouble, but might be able to burst down Kyle first. No! Hope gets the kill. Moonlight Vigil goes wide, and Photic still is untouched and transcended with a Realm Warp coming in and sending two members of AL down and trying to take down Rookie. The hook somehow connects through the entirety of the minion wave, and it'll allow for Hope to get back onto the board and another kill onto the Anivia. So despite the Dragon going into IG's hands, AL get 3 kills for free in the team fight that follows.
And that is just the story of League of Legends. It is a team game, and if one player makes a critical mistake in a big team fight skirmish,
AL are now the team that are up 1,500 gold after being down the same amount before that initial fight. And while IG do have the soul point, they are slowly hemorrhaging any lead that they once possessed. But now the question remains, do they want to go for the Dragon or maybe a Baron or a fight in the mid lane instead? It looks like it's going to be AL to push the initiative with Flandre ulting straight into the entirety of IG. And another disastrous teleport from Saboro. He's going to get taken down once again before he even has the revive. Tarzan with the Crescent Guard on to the bottom lane of IG is going to keep himself alive for an incredibly long time and allow for Shanks to get a double kill. So AL is the one to pull the trigger, and they are rewarded with a 2-for-0 and should be able to get this Baron as well.
And at the end of the day, I just think AL is just a slightly better team, if not more than slightly. They're on the same page. They just play better. Their inputs are better. They just know exactly what page to be on and how to execute, and they are simply just executing at a much higher level than IG is here. You see how aggressive they're playing, even with Shanks realm warping in, ghosting into the entire enemy backline, knowing he has that lantern in tow to get away to safety as well. And they're just playing so much better, and I have a feeling, Grapes, that we're going to even get to see pretty soon here. Shanks is going to be really OP right now.
I mean, right now, AL just OP across the board as they have this Baron buff for the next 1 minute and 50 seconds. They're going to be able to take down this tier 2 tower in the next wave or so. And I think just this is an example of AL being the team that has played together longer. They know the ins and outs of each other. Meanwhile, this is Rookie's first game back, second total series for IG with this set of 5 players.
Word. And this siege is just so hard to stifle. There's a whole minute left. We see Pantheon.
Shanks gonna get targeted here, but has the Seraph shield and gonna be able to get away with the help of that Dark Passage from Kyle. The Thresh gonna Hex Flash over the wall, make sure that he's able to protect his AD carry in the meantime. So Shanks going to survive, so is Kyle, but Tarzan actually gonna get caught out here as he pressed his recall button a little bit too late. He's gonna have the Blast Cone to try to escape. He still has the Guardian Angel in his hand as well, but there is not much to fight for regardless. Even if Tarzan does go down, it will be his eventual demise. Now Flandre and the rest of AL have returned. Those Baron recalls are very fast, but it will not be fast enough as a shutdown goes Wei's way.
Yeah, both AD carries do have their 4th item, Infinity Edges, in slot here. The main way they could do this is if Pantheon steals the Drake with his ulti.
Ooh, Kyle nearly gets the hook on the Rookie, but he's able to pop the stasis in time. Look at the amount of damage that Hope's able to do from such a long range with the help of that Calibrum, and Tarzan is taken to about 40% HP, forced to pop that Crescent Guard early. Flandre now getting targeted here, almost taken it down. but the Moonlight Vigil going to delay any sort of aggressive play from IG. They instead turn their attention to the mid lane tier 2 and will trade it for the second dragon on AL's side.
Yeah, I mean, this can't go much better as IG here. You're really doing pretty well getting some of the cooldowns out from AL. You know, Xin Zhao's ult, the Aphelios' ult.
25 team fight. And IG might have to do that now with the Baron getting started up by anyone's legend. Who knows if they'll be able to withstand a second Baron buff push. And so IG now have to go for the fight. Saburo this time teleporting to a bit of a safer location, but the Baron is already gone and taken down by Tarzan. Death Sentence lands onto Wei, and he already has a Guardian Angel pop before he can even pop that Aegis of himself. He's going to eventually go forward the Wild Growth, but still it's Shanks to get the first kill. Photic is transcended, but he has to dash away and still gets knocked up by Flandra with a huge unstoppable onslaught. Saburo dashing into a 1v5. He'll get the revive, but it comes too late, as it will be anyone's legend. Realm warping back into the mid lane and trying to take down Rookie, the last survivor here for IG. Tarzan going to try to chase him down. All they need is the wave to try to secure this game. They'll be able to get that and more as the egg gets procced, and it will be a full ace for AL.
Yeah, AL takes all of IG and just slays them all, puts them into the gray screen. There is just no way you can possibly win that kind of a fight once Wei just gets death sentence there. Kyle smurfing the fight. We one-shot Wei. There's no frontline. There's no hope. You see Flandre making a montage with the Scion ulti there, completely bouncing Photic and Jue, if I may say. Super well played there from the side of AL, giving IG no hope in this game. And hit the Vlad, not the Nexus, and looks like we're gonna end up having a 2-0.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.